Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Just as I'm about to go live, they start playing music downstairs. Background sound. Okay, that's cool. I mean, I'm used to that, but it's signs through music. Good evening. It's 9 o'clock on the dot. So we spoke at 5. 6, 4 hours ago. And I felt extremely drawn to come on live. So, good evening. Who is joining me this evening? And what are we talking about? I had a song that was coming through, channeling through, Living Joy. Not Dreamer, but Don't Stop Moving. So I'm intrigued by the lyrics. I was thinking about that song, going through my mind, and then the guys put the radio, I think it's the radio they've got on. But, they're on dinner duty, so Megan and Jamie. They do dinner to music. They do most things to music, as we do in our house. Our house in the middle of our street. Living Joy. Don't Stop Moving. They've stopped their lyrics. What do I have to agree to here? Okay, lyrics. Oh yeah, you've got to, oh yeah. I'm more than listening to their music downstairs. Oh yeah, you've got to, oh yeah, you've got to get it right. You can do anything that you want to do with your mind, body and soul. Do it. Prove it to yourself and say, I want, I will, I can do anything. It's a difficult world and you have to prove that you're ready and you can do it. Nothing in this world can stop you. I know I can, I will fulfill my dreams. Hello, Delusion Slayer. How are you doing? Hi, past 7. I want to bop to my children's music. Can you guys hear that? Do a flip. The only flip I will be doing, but I'm not that rude to do that, is of my finger. Listen to these lyrics because they mean something to someone. Might not be you, but you can be a distraction if you like. I mean, that's cool. I'll divert around them. Hi, Delusion Slayer. It's not a bad name, actually. So. Let me read the lyrics to this song I've been channeling, okay? Don't stop moving, keep it up. Don't stop moving, get it right. Yeah, you've got to get it right. Oh yeah, don't stop moving. It's your life. Keep on moving, get it right. Yeah, you've got to get it right. You can be mystical, magical, physically phenomenal. I like that. Good to go. Not slow. Feel the heat and let it flow. You've got to get it right. I have a message to come through my vessel to you guys. Hello, everybody. What's my name? My name is Lucy, and I'm here to deliver messages that may be of help. Where am I? I'm right here. Where are you? I'm in the present. Where are you? I do sometimes feel I'm in another dimension though, but at the moment I'm right here with you, and I'm going to bring through some messages. We're going to go to the Psychic Tarot. I was drawn to use these cards yesterday and I chose not to. Well, I didn't choose not to. My soul chose not to because I forgot about Let's see what's on the cards on this Saturday evening. Oh, we're standing our ground. I like it. Don't stop moving. Keep it up. Hi from Switzerland. I believe that says, I haven't got my glasses on, so the writing's all a bit blurry. I don't need writing. I feel energy. 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 Yeah. Don't stop moving, baby. Only one, you drive me crazy. Wiggle, wiggle. Don't get me wiggling. We've got movement, choices, and decisions. It's the out there brothers. We won't go into the dirty version of that song, will we now? No, not on camera. Movement, choices, and decision. The Two of Pentacles. Okay, life's a bit of a juggling act. You feel extremely close to them. That's good. It's okay. So, decisions, decisions, decisions. We've got some money. We've got some wedding rings. We've got a bud. And we've got some clouds. I don't know what's in the orange section. Because I was taken to like the rainbow lights above. It's just kind of a void energy. Oh, it's your sex energy. Okay, so we're not so much focusing on sex because, you know, there's a lot more serious matters at hand. As fun as it is, because what was coming through was like about having fun in the sun, and I'm taken to like this sun rising. It's like on the horizon. Okay. Hi from India. Hello. Hi from the present. I'm in England. I was taken to, hey Jess. How are you, darling? I was going to say, I was taken to Narnia. Okay. I was going to say I'm Lucy and I'm in the spare room. I'm Lucy. I come from the wardrobe in the spare room. This would be classed as the spare room. We have Harmony. I hope you are well. I am. Thank you for inquiring. I've not been watching tarot for a year or so. Now, really? A lot of people, like, withdraw from it. But I wondered who tonight was going to be drawn back. So I watch the comings and goings and the patterns because I'm always present. Like, my role is to be here and for you guys to be drawn to. So it's lovely to have you here, Jess. You have a question, Dottie? Go for it. Yeah, why not? We're doing things a bit differently. Jess, let me put my glasses on so I can read your message, darling. Things have been crazy. I wanted to sing Love's Got Me Looking So Crazy right now. Oh, Sugar Me Noras. Sorry, Dottie, sorry, I don't know what I've done. I haven't read your question yet, so I'll get to your question. Okay. Jess, things have been crazy, not in a great way. But I moved to a better area, but now work non-stop to still not a full rent. Okay. Hand it over, darling. Yeah. Maybe it's time to just listen to a few of my readings, the latest ones maybe, or whatever you feel drawn to, because these are topics that have been discussed. But I love the fact that you're trusting your own intuition, but we all need assistance and guidance, and so that's what I want to say. It's time to surrender. Or maybe this reading will help you to surrender. Who knows? God knows. We know that. Dottie, let me have your question. Oh, you're so funny. Really? Now, I probably opened up the channel for that one. I'm not going to read that out loud. I don't need to block your comments. I imagine YouTube will. I mean, it's a bit inappropriately the wrong time and place to ask that. Are you attention seeking? Sure are. Why don't you just ask her? Be honest. Say you're into that. I know it was genuine. But why don't you just be honest with her? So you should be able to, you know, talk about your desires and what you would like to try. She may be up for it, quite willingly. So the fear of rejection coming through. If she's your girl and she's your friend, then you should be able to speak to her about anything. Even your, you know, desires. Okay, harmony. Let's take her to the hairspray. Harmony. Protected. Protected. Right, there you go. I said you did ask if you could ask the question, and honesty is the best policy. Oh, you love the glasses? Thank you very much, Jess. They help me to read. Jess, I feel very lost, really. I need to figure out what type of job to get. Or, same guidance that I gave my daughter, why don't you give yourself a week off? I mean, you can give yourself a month off if you wanted to. Many feel guilty, which was confirmed the other day when I was telling somebody else about how I said to my daughter, stop stressing. Just have the week off. Stop looking. Just let it go, yeah? Give yourself a break. Because it's stressing her out. What's my purpose? How am I going to contribute? Should we say that? Because we've told her, it's fine. Don't want to work, don't work. Jamie said he'll support her, but of course she wants a purpose. She wants to be contributing, so she feels a bit lost. And it's like, Megs, just let it go. For a week, darling. And it was Jamie that went to her, you can have longer if you like. And it just felt like a long time to like have a month off. And when I told somebody this, she said, oh, I've not had any time off, she said, in like 20 years. And I would have to have like another job lined up before I left my job. And I said, oh no, I tell my children, you're not happy in your job, you don't have to put up with that. Leave. If it's detrimental to your well-being, leave. You know, when you go for interviews, remember you're interviewing them, it's your time, that they're swapping for money. It's your time, it's your energy. What do you feel about the environment you're going into? Remember who's actually, you know, interviewing who. I've gone off on a tangent here, but I'm going to go with it, okay? Because now it brings me to Jamie, who, look at my hands like this. Brings me to Jamie, who he has his own gardening business. There's no lack of work for him. But he did go back to the corporate world to gain a routine. He found that self-employment made him a bit lazy. Okay, so he went back to the corporate world, but it's not so much to earn the money. So he knew why he was going back, which is, you know, it's great when you're not going for money and you're going for your own reasons. Well, there's always another reason behind even that. So he had a good reason. But what he actually discovered was these interviews he's going to, he said gentlemen don't exist anymore. They are so relaxed. You go into an interview, there's no like dressing up, trying to make an impression. They do not shake your hand, and they don't introduce themselves or ask you, like, what your name, or any introduction. So Jamie goes in there and he comes home and he tells us his findings. It's fun. Just play with the universe, seriously. And he says, they don't shake your hand. So I'm going, hello, my name's Jamie. And they shake the hand and still won't say anything. He's like, and your name is? He said he went into one and there was just all files sprawled everywhere over this training room, all coffee cups from past whatever going on. Before he left, he cleared up the files. So you can kind of see what's going on out there. Anyway, so take a week off, Jess, because when Megan done that, another job that she had applied for a while back and forgotten about, and that she really wanted, close to home, perfect hours, yeah, got in touch with her. It was like, wow, look what happened when you just surrendered. So surrender it all. Hand it over. You're not here to worry, you're here to have joy and feel bliss and peace. Okay, so you know, Jess, that repeated itself 3 times. I don't know if it shows up on your screen, but it repeats itself 3 times. I feel very lost, really. I need to figure out what type of job to get. I said to Megan, stop trying to figure out what your purpose is, and your purpose will find you. Hi, Javon. How are you doing? Hi, Fizz. Bro. I'm probably more of a sis, but hey, cool. That's the kind of language, isn't it? That's what we're talking about. I mean, is that any way really to speak? Is the abbreviations. It's so disrespectful. Because there are other things that are going on, like the communication between, because now you have like group chats. The abbreviations, can we not bring things back to being like professional? Especially if you're a leader or you have a position that you class as being a professional position. Harmony, working together in blissful harmony. Gal Gal. Hello. Ready, set, go. Just play it on your live. No, I don't feel drawn to. Fizz. Even with the plays, I still don't feel drawn to. Maybe it's for somebody else to feel drawn to listen to that, but no. You lost me in the name of it. Just don't feel that's a song I need to listen to. You just heard, turn to page 44. Well, you must have read my mind then, Gal Gal, because I was going to go and get a book that might be able to help Jess. And I think the perfect book would Edward the Equalizer. Edward would be How to Raise Your Own Salary. Oh, that's okay, Jess. I had somebody else wishing me hope today, actually. He hoped that the path that I've taken really works out for me, because he was like taking another path where it was about working more hours, 55 hours a week, to generate more money to then put into the stock market. And was teaching his 3 children on how to do the same. So when I didn't agree with him, it was when he said about how he was pressurising his sister. So for his sister's birthday, he would give her money only on the conditions that she then invested it. I was brave enough to say, oh, I did recognise the fact. I said, you are masculine, and I understand how that's important. I said, but that's not, like, what I'm raising my children on. It's like, it's not, because he wanted money to be able to leave, well, to be able to give his children the life that he didn't have. But then he said that, like, his children had never been abroad. But he had told me about how he had been to, like, Disney as a child. I thought, oh, can you not? I didn't say it, but it's like, oh. And my story scared him. He said, that's why I have to have money so that that doesn't happen to me. I said, oh, but if I'd had the money to be able to, like, stop what was in flow happening, all of the lessons I would have missed out on. The confidence. Not being scared by so-called consequences or what's going to happen to me or worrying about my safety or survival. Like, my kids have been with me through it. So it's just been like the 3 of us until Jamie joined. And we're not afraid. We've lost everything. Well, what people would class losing everything. I mean, losing their dad, that was a big thing. Losing our house, we're losing it all the material stuff. And I tell you, we're at the most peace we've ever been at. And we're just not afraid. So nothing bad happens because we're not putting fear out now. So we're not manifesting that. We tip the scales. Where he's trying to kind of protect his children from going through that stuff. Where I said, I don't plan on leaving my children, like, money. I said, I plan on leaving them a lot of wisdom on how to do life. Independently. If needs be. Because they've watched me have to do that. So, I said, and I'm a feminine and I'm more for, you know, loving, nurturing, being positive, staying joyful, because it's a tough world out there. And I feel like living my life this way. Do you still want me to do that flip? Okay, page 44. I can see the book. Where's my coffee? Cheers to love. Let's get this book. We're going to page 44. Oh, I have The Secret as well. I mean, I have quite a few books here. Should we play with some books tonight, guys? Oh, my dinner. It's okay. I can always heat my dinner up. It's not an issue. I've got a whole pile of books here. I did share on the community tab the interview from Abraham Hicks and Wayne Dyer. It's a good interview. Like, they're in awe of each other. Hey, Mariah. I love this. It was around at Valentine's Day. So I just bought it for myself. As you do. Got to love yourself. My baby's got a cough. I must keep it down. Don't get me too excited because she's got to get up at 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. 3 a.m. eternal. Name the band, name the group. I'll leave you to 3 a.m. eternal. Wayne Dyer, well, she's got to get up at 3 a.m, but that's actually synchronized with, if you watch even just the beginning of the video I've shared, he talks about how he wakes up like at 3:13, like every morning, and he's asking Abraham, like, why? She said, because it's the only time that apparently you're listening. We're trying to talk to you all the time, but it's the time when you're most receptive. So I just allow him to talk to me all the time. It makes a lot of sense. Let me read your messages, comments. So, Gabriel said about 44. I heard something wonderful happens to me. I just don't know what direction to look. Oh, okay. I can tell you this. Did you use the word hope? So this gentleman, as he's leaving, and I said, look, and he I think he was trying to antagonise me. I really hope it works out for you. I said, hope? I said, don't have hope. I said, have faith. Hope. And he said, I have hope tattooed here. He went to me, so he's on the path, just a little bit, yeah, on what he's promoting, on what he's advocating. I'm not saying it's wrong, but money seems to be important to him, where I've learnt the importance that it's not. I've got hope, he said, tattooed on me. It means help. What does this mean? Help open people's eyes. I can see now. I'm not going to try and work out what faith means. I know what faith means. Help open people's minds. I think that's what I stand for. But I understand, like, obviously our differences and what our values are, but they were different. 44. So this is Napoleon Hill, How to Raise Your Own Salary. Now, Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, okay, and it was just for his own personal development, but it became, obviously, a book. Andrew Carnegie commissioned, is that the right word? Napoleon Hill to interview and research the world's most successful men. I think they might have all been men. With no pain. But he was asking him really to test these theories, principles, for their accuracy. So, Andrew Carnegie, I think Napoleon Hill, like, 1 or 2 of them are his own findings, okay? What he found that all successful men had in common. So he researched successful men and then saw what they all had in common and come up with the book Think and Grow Rich. But the principles were given to him by Andrew Carnegie, who was, at that time, currently the richest man in the world. This is the interview between Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill. I did not know about this for quite a few years after I'd listened to Think and Grow Rich. It's not one I can read, it's one I listen to. Okay, purpose in life, sir? Is that what you was asking about, Jess? Purpose in life? Purpose in life, girl? I'm sure we're helping others with this discussion. Okay, Carnegie. So I take it that was Napoleon Hill asking purpose in life, sir. Carnegie. Next in importance is an educational alliance. The educational, that's why I feel I said to you, learn, come back, study, learn. I imagine my ramblings, teachings will be different as I've ascended. And your, you know how you can reread a book or re-watch a film and it just has such a deeper meaning second time round? So, perception is different. It's like you can kind of digest it in a different way. Okay, so next in importance is an educational alliance. No man's education ever is finished. The man whose definite major purpose in life is of noteworthy proportions must continue to be a student. And he must learn from every possible source, especially those sources from which he can gather specialized knowledge and experience related to his major purpose. The public libraries are free. We have the internet. They offer a great array of organized knowledge on every subject known to civilization. They carry, in every language, the sum total of all man's knowledge. The successful man makes it his business to read books and to learn important facts concerning his chosen work, which have come from the experience of other men who have gone before him. Don't feel this relates just to, I think we pointed out that this is very masculine book. But when I was introduced to this, I was very much in my masculine dominant energy, okay? I was in network marketing, yeah. It's forceful, it's brutal, but network marketing is just a personal development program. If you see it for what it is, okay? Just take the skills that you learn from it and you'll take them on, okay? I always feel that there's nothing that you've ever done or a skill that you've learned that's not necessary, okay? Or even with experiences, let alone jobs, okay? Yeah, okay. How many times am I going to say okay? Jess, I've just seen your message about your son. I'll get back to that in a moment. A man's reading programme should be as carefully chosen as his daily diet. I've been picking up on this. I was going to say before I came on, because I felt there was like a message, and I thought, I've already done a reading. I thought, oh my goodness, you know, an hour and a half of me, that's really nothing if you're personally developing. You will personally develop for like 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Then you know you're on the path. You'll be just wanting to headphones on all the time. It's like whenever you can. You find maybe you won't be listening to music so much. You're tapping into personal development. Won't be watching telly. And it will all just lead you to the next thing. Fascinating journey. I feel I don't need to do it so much anymore. And I'll tell you why. Because I feel I have my own library, immediate access to anything I want to know by just going within and asking. But this helped me to clear all the blockages to find that channel. And if you listen to that video of Abraham Hicks with Wayne Dyer, she It's not a she, it's a feminine using her vessel to, well, it's all explained. It's source energy communicating through us, and you have the same ability. You just need to find the frequency, tap into it, do the work. So an hour a week is not going to cut it. That's like taking an hour a week driving lesson. I was advised by my husband. He said take 2 hours. Otherwise, you're just going to be recapping over what you've done the last week. And if you can, get a couple in a week. You can't allow yourself to slip off. It's got to be, when you're on this path, it has to be a continuous feeding. If you stop, and I know that you have, Jess, but then you've just gone on to explain that you're feeling lost and you're worried about this and that, and everything happens for a reason, and it maybe is because you drifted off. But then there is that you need to be able to tap into your own intuition. So do I read books from cover to cover anymore? No, not for a long time. It's it was the books that helped me get onto the journey, but do I need the books? No, it's the right answer. I imagine because I've read so many books and done so many years of personal development. I mean, I know when I got on to the personal development track was the 31st of January, 2011. And since then, not a day, no matter what I've gone through, no excuse, not a day has gone past where I haven't tapped into something that's going to bring me back to feeling good. Okay. A man's reading program should be as carefully chosen as his daily diet. Why do we have an issue getting that word out? I'm not sure. For it too is food, without which he cannot grow mentally. The man who spends his reading time on the funny papers and the sex magazines is not headed towards great achievements. So I said about the sex energy was kind of blank because there's far greater things. Believe you me. I mean, that's the good stuff. And that's a really good energy to recall, to get yourself back in that good space. But then you use that as creative energy. It's like a boost. A quick fix, though. Okay, we're not looking for quick fixes. Because they don't last very long. Yes, babe? Okay, I won't be long, darling. My dinner's ready. A man should include in his daily reading program some material which definitely provides him with knowledge which he can use in the attainment of his major purpose. Random reading may be pleasing. I believe it is, for me, random reading's so much fucking fun. If you're doing it, with a spiritual intent to receive messages, yeah? Not just reading random shit, like news, which whatever you're reading, you're programming, which will then manifest. So if you're reading about war and crime, stay away from that stuff. You'll start to notice if you watch whatever. The law of attraction, yeah. If you watch crime programs, you're more likely to hear about crimes. If you watch love romances, you're more likely to hear about those. I mean, whatever drama, trauma, whatever it is you're tapping into, you're going to see that. Be very careful. You're very powerful. And you'll be very wise to know it. And to read this book. Or any book. Lots of books. Random reading may be pleasing, and I'll show you how that goes in a second, but it seldom is helpful in connection with a man's occupation. Because I'm a woman. So I'm tapped into all the spiritual and mystical stuff, but the masculine is understandable. You might not be into it as much. It might not make the same sense, but there's this like in a kind way, transmission of energy of each other's perspective and understanding why it's the beach ball. Okay, so you've got a beach ball in front of you. What colours are you looking at? You might be looking at green, red, orange, and I'm looking at white, purple, and black. Same beach ball. Different perspective. Okay. Mr. Carnegie, you have stressed reading. Is reading the only source of education available to a man with a definite purpose in life? So this is only available to a man who has a definite purpose in life. And you would understand that that tops the list in Think and Grow Rich. Andrew Carnegie says, not at all. By a careful choice among his daily associates, a man may ally himself with men from whom he can acquire a very liberal education through ordinary conversation. I feel this applies for feminines now. Or the masculine version of the feminine. That makes sense. Business and professional clubs offer an opportunity for one to form alliances of great educational benefit, provided a man chooses his clubs and his individual associations in them with a definite objective in mind. In this way, many men have formed both business and social acquaintances of great value to them in carrying out the object of their major purpose. No man can go through life successfully without the habit of cultivating friends. The word contact, as it is used in connection with personal acquaintanceship, is an important word. If a man makes it a part of his duty to extend his life of personal contacts, he will find the habit of use to him in ways that cannot be foreseen while he is cultivating his acquaintances, but the time will come when they will be ready and willing to aid him if he has done a good job of selling himself to them. I want to say you go figure. Jess, let me pick up your... I already know the answer. I don't even need to read your comment, really. I saw the words guilt. You're in a difficult spot. Lots of guilt and shame over your son. And he's going to rehab at 23 and now not even speaking to me. Yeah. It's okay, darling. Your son has his own karmic lessons, okay, to go through. And so do you. With how do you handle this? You're not the only person going through this, Jess. but you'll be able to help others. Okay? A test, a lesson. How are you going to respond? Unconditionally loving. Respect his wishes. The more you respect his wishes and allow him to be, the more he'll be drawn, okay, back. There's no timing on that. You have to surrender that. Here's a good one for all of you. It works magic. Okay. When you truly are kind of in that alignment where, okay, universe, divine, God, whatever name you talk to, or we give it a name because we want to talk about it, so. Universe. Universe, what's not meant for me, set it free and let it be at peace. And what's meant for me, send to me. Because you don't really want anything that's not meant for you. Set it all free. And let it go. And then all the love that you feel is absent or whatever is missing, you're going to focus on you. You're going to be your own best lover. Your own best everything. Brother, sister, lover, mother, father. Got to really learn how to self-soothe. And maybe that's the lesson that your son's teaching you, as tough as it is. Okay. You've asked for peace, darling, and some time off. Give yourself that time off. Sounds there's a lot going on. Life's like messy, so it always means we're messy inside. Your life's a reflection on the outside of what's going on in the inside. Just give it time to settle down, okay? Well, not just that, but the divine's going to test you. You say, okay, I surrender it. You know, if it's not meant to be, absolutely fine. You know, that is fine with me. But is it really? Because the divine will test you and say, well, you know, let's, you know, keep them waiting, see how chilled out they really are about this. Whether this love's like unconditional or they're going to get frustrated and get angry. Let's play with these books because I find it very fascinating. Page number, please. Hello, beautiful. Song. I'm at work. This. Okay. I'm feeling my water bucket. Are you? For all the horses. Love you. I will be with you. Thank you, Mariah. Love you too. Love all the horses. And all the kisses I get from the horses. I mean, this lady will send me videos of, come on, let's give Lucy kisses. Kissing the camera. I love her. Christine. Hello, darling. Okay, I'm just going to skim through. I think we're all good, aren't we? Okay. There's a synchronisation with the birthdays there. You do love to help others. Yeah, that's what your purpose is. It has nothing to do with money. So, you know, when you come across people and you start talking, you know, and you see the aha moment, you just seem to have that lovely natural healing effect on people. We're not to hold that back because we're not getting paid for it. So this is the test. Can you do that without getting paid for it? Like Napoleon Hill, 20 years. I mean, he got paid, okay? He didn't have to wait 20 years, but that was the deal. Was he going to take the deal? Am I going to go and research For 20 years, the most successful men in the world, with starting off with Andrew Carnegie's introductions. I think he paid for like his accommodation and stuff like that. But you really need to like, listen to the whole story of how this whole setup went. Very fascinating. And Napoleon said yes. He'd have the rights to the principles for success. I could just tell you about all his stories, or you could find out yourself. Like how his son was born with no ears. But by the time he was in, I think it was probably high school, maybe college, he had nearly, if not 100% hearing. Applied faith. Okay. I'm on the page. Oh, thank you, Gal Gal. I'm on 43, which is interesting because we had 44 before. Hi, Shiva. How are you doing? Fill up your cup, and every sip fill it with love. Reminders. I've got rid of Grumpy Donald. I submerged him into the washing up bowl. We don't have a dishwasher. Well, we do. We're called Lucy, Jamie, Megan. Emily's rarely here. And if she is, she's normally sleeping. She normally comes home to rest. That's a sign. So my youngest daughter will come home when she's needing peace. There's no drama, no shouting. Apart from my other daughter shouting at me for dinner, but we don't really shout. Well, we don't shout. And that's the way, I like it. 67, Jess? Okay. But let me get this wrapped up so I can be respectful and go and eat the meal that they've cooked me. It's not an issue. But, yeah. Well, page 21, if we go over to here, which would be page 22, it's blank. I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. How long have I been doing readings now? I started the channel March, end of March 2018. And I was practicing quite a bit before that. Well, not too long before that, but for, yeah, to build my confidence to do the channel. Oh, you're so welcome, Jess. Right, let me read you 67. Dog-eared. But this page. It's got like two. It says, take a few moments to study the word universe. The reason I'm reading that is because it's dog-eared there. It's on page 63, but I spoke about who do I talk to? Oh, okay. I've had a reminder for dinner. It's not pressure though. It's like dinner's getting cold. It's pasta, so don't want to ruin it for you. Okay. 2 minutes. That's all we got. 2 minutes. But I'm going to read your message first. It's not an issue, but they picked up on my message, didn't they? I must go, but then I'll get preoccupied and I won't do what. And not just that, but we're watching Captain America. It's the only time we watch television is when we're eating dinner. We don't sit at the table. We talk at all other times, yeah. But the only time we actually are quiet, not really. Me and Jamie like to talk a lot. See, it's happening now. It just says, take a few moments to study the word universe, the term that we use to describe this immense world of form in which we find ourselves thinking and breathing day in, day out. Breaking the word down, we have uni, meaning one, and verse, meaning song. A song. One song. That is our universe, my friends. Just one song. No matter how we separate into individual little notes, we are all still involved in the one song. Okay. Where are we going to? Page number 67. I'm sure that's what you said, Jess. Okay. My first contact with oneness. We'll start there, Jess. This is the page we're reading on. My mother's mother holds a very special place in my heart. When my mother was beset by so many difficulties after my father abandoned us, my grandparents took my oldest brother to live with them. And from my grandmother's role as a mother, I got my first inkling of the concept of unity and oneness. You see why everything happens? For a reason. My grandmother had nursed each of her children and had been extremely protective of her young, including my mother. She had spent most of her time lovingly rocking, singing, cuddling, and caring for her infants. My grandmother was in her 94th year when she began to lose some of her physical faculties. She needed constant help and care as she approached the age of 95. I watched my mother taking care of her in those final days of my grandmother's life. I watched as my mother took clean clothes to her mother and made absolutely certain that her undergarments were never soiled. And one day, I watched my mother holding my grandmother and peeling a banana for her and actually mushing it up in her own mouth and massaging her mother's neck to help her swallow it. Then she helped her put on clean underclothes. She rocked her mother and talked to her almost as if she were a baby. As I watched, I asked myself the question that was swirling around in my head. Who is the mother and who is the child? Didn't my now helpless child grandmother once change the diapers of the mother child and mush up her food to make sure that she was properly nourished? Weren't these two human beings really fulfilling the same role for each other? I feel it has everything to do with this. The oneness of it all struck me in an astounding way as I watched this scene. I realised it is all one big circle, just as the universe is one big circle. And while we tend to identify ourselves with our separateness, when we can get a different perspective, we see that it is all one. And that there exists in the one song a large being called human being. And that each of us is born into that being. I'm going to finish here with this final part. Oh my goodness, this is way too long for me to read. But it makes mention of the 100th monkey, which I also make mention of. My second encounter with this oneness concept came when I began to read some of the literature on collective consciousness. So there's so many hints, tips, clues on where to research. I had read Ken Key's The 100th Monkey, and I was trying to put it into a personally meaningful context. Very briefly, The 100th Monkey is a theory about how all of us within a species affect one another. That's it. I love you all dearly. We will stay tuned. We'll be doing more lives. I have to. It's my role. There's lots of enlightening information coming your way. Take care. Hi, Ben. Ben is my name. Hello. Hello. That's so good, Jess. Right. You'll be thinking of this and the things you do to me. I've got to go. Dinner time. Okay. Oh, how do I turn this thing off? Take care. Much love. Oh, it's 10 o'clock on the dot. Bye for now.